This is the most corrupt White House in the history of the country. Just because the corruption is playing out in public where everybody can see it doesn't mean that it isn't rampant, rapacious corruption. Tonight, Donald Trump will have a secret dinner and meeting with the 200 individuals who have spent the most money buying up his meme coin. Donald Trump's meme coin has no value in and of itself. Its only value is based upon how much demand exists for the meme coin. He creates demand by essentially opening a channel for bribery. If you buy his coin, the price goes up and he makes more money. If you buy his coin, you get secret access to the president. Reportedly, there's going to be a guy there tonight called Ogle. That's it. That's all we know about this guy. He wears a mask all the time. He says he'll take the mask off when he meets with Donald Trump, but is the fact that it is likely to be loaded with non-American citizens. Most of the attendees tonight will be foreigners. These could be individuals with ties to terrorist groups. These could be sanctioned individuals. They could be Gulf princes. They could be oligarchs.
Donald Trump's dinner is an orgy of corruption. Donald Trump is using the presidency of the United States to make himself richer through crypto. And just before his inauguration, Donald Trump launched a crypto meme coin, and he has since signed executive orders to boost the value of that coin. In just 3 months, he has already made hundreds of millions of dollars off that launch. See, Howard Lutnick, Paul Atkins, and David Sachs, each of whom has extensive personal and financial ties to the industry. Trump, number 3, disbanded the DOJ's crypto enforcement. The unit was shut down just as Binance, a giant foreign crypto exchange that had pleaded guilty to criminal violations related to money laundering, was exploring a deal with the Trump family crypto venture. Tonight, though, is the topper. Tonight is the orgy of corruption. Justin Sun, the top buyer of Trump's meme coin, and he just received word that the SEC has paused its fraud enforcement actions against Sun and his company. Americans sent us to Congress to unrig the economy for them, not to help the president turn the White House into a crypto cash machine.
There was a big for sale sign on the White House lawn, U.S. policy for sale. Everybody knows what this is about. President Trump is saying, open your wallet, hand me your money, and we'll consider the request that you have. That is astounding. It's a type of corruption, a magnitude of corruption. It is the Mount Everest of corruption. You know, our founders were profoundly worried about foreign players buying influence in the United States of America. This led to Hamilton describing in the Federalist Papers, Federalist 22, he was explaining why we have this clause in our Constitution that forbids members who are elected, and that includes Congress and it includes the President, the Vice President, from taking any form of gift or money from a foreign power. It's a moment where the vision of government by for the people is being corroded massively.
We are all here today because it is time to make corruption criminal again. We have all long suspected, but now we know for certain, that this president is coin operated, both literally and figuratively. 746,000 people, probably many of them Americans, who bought small amounts of that Trump coin. We introduced our bill in the House in late February. Those 746,000 folks had lost collectively $2 billion on a pump and dump scheme that benefited Donald Trump to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, earlier today, Carolyn Leavitt over at the White House characterized this activity as not something she was aware of or kept track of because she said that Donald Trump is doing it on his personal time. Now, I'm a recovering federal prosecutor, and what that tells me for somebody who might otherwise seek immunity of office is his personal time. Well, congratulations. We just made him indictable. So let's indict him.
This story is about Donald Trump, but it's also about Republicans. It's about Republicans having no backbone or spine. It's about Republicans complicit in Donald Trump's corruption. They are aiding and abetting corruption by their silence, by their complicity, to permit him, as the Emoluments Clause says he can do if he receives payments or benefits. All he has to do is come to the Senate and say, here it is. Will you approve it? Donald Trump is having 220 of the biggest investors, some more than $100 million in his meme coin, come to his private golf club without any disclosure. Donald Trump is selling access. He is selling out America. He is selling it to foreign powers. He is putting our national security at risk. To World Liberty Financial, as the Emiratis have done, who provide him with a plane, as the Qataris have done. This is a threat to our national security. It's not just about corruption. It is about corruption that endangers our national security by putting the president in a compromised position, Donald Trump, from putting a for sale sign on the White House.